This video presentation will highlight my development plan for a personal needs assessment for my job as a grade 2 French immersion teacher. The objective of this presentation is to not only analyze an area for improvement, but to create a plan to help narrow that gap. Since this is a personal needs assessment, it can be assumed that the areas requiring improvement are already somewhat evident. I began the assessment by creating the different categories of possible areas of improvement for my job. I created a list of areas and chose one goal for myself in each one. From there, I prioritized the goals and decided which one was of highest need and that I could reasonably reach within a set time frame. The area I prioritize as the most important is my writing instruction, which I have highlighted here on the table. You can pause the video if you would like to look at the rest of the goals that I have listed. Once I have reflected on my goals and narrowed in on the area I want to focus on, I will begin to gather data. It will be important for me to gather data from other stakeholders, but to also ensure I choose the ones most relevant and only gather the data that will provide me information on my chosen goal. To do this, I will do the steps outlined in this table. A table was chosen as the steps can be completed in any order. For this personal needs assessment, I have identified my stakeholders for data collection purposes to be my current students, my new students in September, the grade 3 teachers, parents, and my administrators. Once the information from stakeholders is collected, it will be possible to analyze the responses and determine possible things that can be improved upon to reach my goals. In addition to the responses, I will also analyze the following documents and resources to help me create my plan. Once the information has been collected and analyzed, I will create a long-term pacing guide on topics that need to be covered with a collection of mini units. Within those mini units, a variety of learning topics will be identified. Using my analysis of the information collected, I will create a list of learning topics that I want to focus my teaching and student practice on. My plan will also include a list of resources that will be used. The most important resources will be the EET kit provided by my school, a new movable word wall, vocabulary cards, and a writing area for centers. Some of these practices are already being used in my classroom, but not on a consistent basis. By putting these into my plan, it will be a reminder to ensure they are being used and will become more embedded through the duration of the change. Maintenance of this plan will be essential to ensure its success. Reassessing needs will need to happen throughout. To do this, I will set a goal to formally assess the needs of my students in the middle and end of each unit. I will do this by using observations, formative assessments, and conversations with students. Adaptations to the plan and resources will be made throughout the year as needed, and I will perform another large-scale needs assessment at the end of the year to determine how much I have narrowed the gap. I will use samples of student work and grading rubrics to determine progress and begin again with talking to stakeholders. This needs assessment will be a work in progress and will be viewed as a continuous circle. By doing so, I hope to meet the needs of all my students as they come into my classroom and develop my own skills as a primary writing teacher.